So, more things going on in the metal space. All that remains, Phil Labonte is back on his shit again. He's debating with God Forbid's Doc Coyle on social media. It drew attention last week after two long-time metalcore figures engaged in a lengthy political debate that remained notably civil despite clear ideological disagreements. Yeah, that's the thing about Phil. Like, I guess he comes off as more moderate. I've never really seen him like really get that combative with anyone, you know. But I guess that's what's kind of a little bit sneaky about him, because he does in a way. It's just this propaganda where it comes off as moderate whenever it's pretty fucking out there, you know. So, the exchange began after Labonte reacted to a screenshot circulating an online post attributed to U.S. President Donald Trump on his Truth Social platform, referencing reports of former FBI Director Robert Mueller's death. Labonte quoted the image with a brief response. Holy shit. So, what Trump had said about Robert Mueller is that he was glad that he was dead. I guess he passed away. And, yeah, pretty much Donald Trump said he's glad he was dead. No real reason as to why. I mean, just the fact that he investigated him. Ultimately, he didn't find anything that he could convict him on, so I don't know what he's so pissed about. Like, if he just did his job, then why the fuck are you so pissed, you know? I think Mueller went rather soft on him, you know? Ultimately, it came down to it, I think. People like Jack Smith have brought down the hammer way harder than, you know, Mueller ever did, so... and not that it's okay for him to say that he's glad Jack Smith dies or anything like that, but yeah, pretty fucked up to be celebrating anyone's death just because they investigated you. So yeah, holy shit, laugh emoji. So Labonte was laughing about the fact that he said that, you know. And he's kind of, I mean, he's claimed to not be a Trumper, but he seemed a little bit too happy whenever Donald Trump became president again. He started laughing like it was the funniest thing ever. It's like, yeah, let's celebrate, you know. Americans about to be murdered on the street, y'all. That reaction prompted Coyle, who, like Labonte, has frequently spoken openly about political issues online, to question what he views as a contradiction between laughing at the situation and Labonte's previous criticism of public reaction to the death of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Coyle replied, "So now it's funny to celebrate someone's death. Super consistent, principled man." To illustrate his point, Coyle shared a prior post from Labonte addressing reactions to Kirk's death, in which Labonte wrote, "The reaction on the right and the left to Charlie Kirk's murder could not be more destructive to the Democrats. They have left the fringes of their party set the tone and agenda for over a decade. The vocal majority, they're just vile, lacking any sense of humility, utterly sure of their holiness and moral purity, while they denigrate a dead man and his family." I don't know why people are saying that. Like, I feel like no politician or even a political influencer has said anything celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, you know? Meaning maybe people in the comments, you know, but like, is the comment really real life, you know? Is it really people out there, like sure, you can say whatever the fuck you want about anyone on the internet, left, right, or whatever. People are fucking brain broken as fuck, so, I mean, you can't really put that on just as far as a political party. I don't think you necessarily put that on the Democrats, you know. I don't remember anyone that celebrated that was a politician, you know, like, so it's such bullshit that people kind of say that, you know. I mean, people, I don't think anyone was really necessarily celebrating. I mean, I'm sure there were people. I think it's just more of the irony of him getting killed by gun violence, and he was fine with gun violence if it meant for him to have the Second Amendment to, you know, have weapons. So you expect people to feel bad for him, but they didn't feel bad for the children that have been killed by fucking weapons, you know? The conversation quickly evolved into a broad discussion centered on the political consistency, morality, and personal principles rather than personal attacks. Labonte clarified his initial reaction, writing, "I did celebrate, it's totally fucked up, but I wouldn't be lying if I'd say I didn't laugh because of how absurd it is." Which sometimes it is like that with Donald Trump. He just says something so insane, that it's like, it's kind of funny in a way. It's fucked up. It's totally fucked up, but it's just kind of like, dude, I can't believe you said that. That's, yeah. So I could understand maybe if that's the case, but posting it online, if you have like that personal reaction while you're at home, that's one thing, but posting online is another. And that goes for anyone that does comments like that, whether it's about Charlie Kirk or Robert Mueller or whoever. Just keep it to yourself. You don't have to fucking comment or anything on it, and you can just, have your own feelings. Coyle responded by emphasizing what he views as a contradiction between Labonte's earlier stance and his current reaction. According to you, it's just wild to denigrate a dead man. Trump celebrated, you laughed. It's vile for everyone to celebrate death or for no one. I'm calling you out on inconsistency. Not that I think you're a bad guy. Throughout the exchange, both musicians largely avoided personal insults, with Coyle expressly stating he did not view Labonte as a bad person despite the disagreement. As discussing continued, Labonte explained his political support through a pragmatic framework, writing at length, "My principle is defeating the people that want policies that will degrade and destroy America. Trump is the most viable vehicle available to do that. This is not about ideology, this is about real politics. Ideology, I wish we were a libertarian constitutional republic. If I don't get the government I want, I'm left with the option of voting for the guy who will do the most to prevent the government I don't want." Eesh. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this is not a constitutional fucking republic at all. As far as the way Trump is running it, he doesn't follow the Constitution, doesn't treat it like a republic. He's treating it like a dictatorship, like he has all the power. He's not going through Congress, he's not following the laws that are set forth. So, I mean, I don't know how he misses that, but it's true. Coyle countered by arguing that political endorsement carries more responsibility beyond voting alone, responding, "It's not just about voting. Endorsement told people Trump was the answer. Supporting Trump does not help you achieve your aims because the monster who is on your side is still a monster and you can't control him." Yep. The exchange ultimately concluded with further replies, and not escalating, with both artists standing by their respective viewpoints. Both musicians had been long outspoken figures with heavy metal. All their names rose to prominence during metalcore's mainstream expansion in the 2000s, while God Forbid helped shape the genre's early evolution through politically aware songwriting outspoken members. Coyle in particular has built a reputation of engaging directly with fans and peers on social and political topics, often encouraging dialogue even when disagreements arise. This discussion stood as a rare example of two prominent figures within the heavy metal community publicly debating contentious political issues while maintaining a largely respectful tone, in contrast to the more combative discourse often seen across most social media platforms. Ooh. Yeah, shout out to the Mosh Network. They're always on this stuff. I happened to meet the guy when I went to a venue that he works at, so yes, nice guy. We actually shot a podcast episode at the venue, me and my brother, with Wretched, so hopefully that will be coming out soon. That would be pretty dope. So just keep an eye out, probably be posting a short about it soon. But yeah, it's crazy stuff. Labonte and Coyle going at it. God Forbid and All That Remains, we're both bands that influenced me a lot back in the day. They definitely kind of shaped the kind of music I like and some of the style that I even play in. So yeah, I mean, I would respect them as a band. I think Labonte just has some crazy, like, really heavy propagandist things that he does. It's something else, it's a little bit different than your typical MAGA or anything like that, because I wouldn't call him that. But he definitely has some crazy viewpoints, especially if you just look at his Twitter page, just saying some crazy stuff, man. Things that other people I don't think necessarily really say really a whole lot, so it's kind of nuts. But yeah, definitely don't agree with his politics. There's something about him saying something about underage girls too. That was kind of weird. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm completely out on All That Remains. I'll listen to a little bit. I think as long as he's not trying to get too political in his songs and just talk about other stuff, that'd be great. But I mean, with the fall of ideals and everything, that was kind of the whole thing. But anyway, I'm going to close out this first thing of more metal news, as we call it. Like and subscribe, guys, to the Metal Nerd podcast. Thank you for tuning in.